This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is McKenna Collins, host of Table Talk here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll check out my show, Table Talk, where we invite guests to discuss all things lifestyle, pop culture, and how to live your best life. Join us as we talk with today's movers and shakers, including celebrities, athletes, bloggers, and more. A new show comes out every other Tuesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Table Talk. And thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hello? Is anybody here?
I don't see anyone. What happened to Elisabeth?
I don't know, but she was on the other line, but she's not here. If we got here, wouldn't she have come with us?
But how did we get here? And where is here?
Well, aside from no doors or windows, the only other thing I see in here is this computer. Let's see what's on it.
Emily, do you think that's really a good idea?
What do we really have to lose?
True. Go ahead.
All right. It looks like it's already on. Wait, isn't this our podcast?
Yeah, that's the time travel one.
But why would this be here? Do you think maybe this could have something to do with us being here?
I don't know. Before I would have said no, but being here, maybe there's something in the episode that'll give us a clue about what happened.
All right. Well, here goes nothing.
Hey everyone, welcome to Beauties and Headcanons, where we're nerdy and you probably are too. This is Elisabeth, and I'm here today with Emily and Lindsay, and we're here to talk nerdy to you about time travel.
Nothing new so far. You really think the intro is going to have something?
I can skip ahead a little bit.
This episode is brought to you by Squadcast. As podcasters who all live in different states and different time zones, one of the most important things when we record, which we always do remotely, is the quality of our audio together. Current solutions like Skype, which we have used, and Zoom are dependent on our internet quality, but Squadcast is a simple browser-based tool that requires no additional software to install. We just click a link and we're good to go. The audio is recorded locally as high-quality WAV files and then magically uploaded to the guest's computer. We've been using them for a few weeks now, and we love the experience. To get started, go to squadcast.fm for your 14-day free trial.
Sorry, I couldn't skip that for some reason.
I guess Squadcast will sponsor us even in the void.
Well, back to the episode. Well, there might be a better fandom to start off with, but I'm going to start off with Harry Potter, because when I think of time travel, I automatically just think of the Time Turner. So, talking about the mechanics of how time travel works, that's what this episode is going to be encompassing. So we're going to go over a bunch of different fandoms, and I'm starting off here with Harry Potter.
I don't think whatever happened is magic related. I mean, time turners don't transport people. They just turn back time.
That's true. But, I mean, the episode was about time travel, not whatever this is or wherever we are.
Maybe there's nothing in the episode after all. Maybe this is kind of just a wild goose chase.
Oh, we can't give up yet. I mean, we just started. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Since time turners don't seem to be a solution, let's see what the next fandom is. Maybe there's something there.
Start out with probably the simplest one, and that's supernatural. And in that universe, obviously, time travel is facilitated by supernatural means. Most of the time, it's usually done by angels. They can use their grace to kind of push somebody back in time or themselves back in time. And I presume they can go forward in time as well if they wish. It's just sort of a thing that they can do. It does use some of their grace, so they can't just like push somebody infinitely far into the past or the future. And when they do that, it is limited. I know when Sam and Dean had to go back in time to actually kill a phoenix for good. I know it's kind of a contradiction there, but when they had to go back in time to do it, they only had 24 hours to do it, and then they would get pulled back to the present. So there was that time limit. So if they didn't get it done in that time period, then, well, too bad. They missed their opportunity. However, that's not the only way you can time travel. There are spells that you can use if you are knowledgeable enough to do that.
I can feel your eye roll from here.
I mean, come on. Does everything have to be about supernatural?
Well, it's a long-running show, so they've covered a lot of topics, and time travel is one of them.
Yeah, that's just time travel again, not whatever this is.
I wonder if they ever covered this, whatever this is.
If Elisabeth was here, I'm sure she'd know. And she'd say something about how she's written about it or how she's a writer. Where is she? I wish there was a spell to summon her or something.
Yeah, you would think we could have something supernatural related on our hands, maybe? I don't know.
I'm not sure we even have enough information to know either way. This is just a black room. Can you Google with that computer? I mean, can you Google it? Maybe we can research it a little?
Let me check. I can't seem to get out of this screen. I'm trying, but I'm just stuck on the episode. It's all I can click on.
Great. The one time we need the supernatural expert, and she's not here.
Awesome. You sure you don't remember anything about this while you were watching those few episodes?
Well, what I watched was mostly the beginning few episodes, and I feel like there wasn't really time travel so much as going into alternate timelines and time spans and people coming back from the dead, and I don't even know how Elisabeth keeps it straight.
Sounds like a whole lot of hullabaloo, but whether we like it or not, Supernatural's probably out. Which one did we do next?
Where we talked about Sailor Moon, and it occurred to me that there was a time gate in Sailor Moon, and that was featured in both the manga and the anime. And what happens is time is like there's different timelines and different fabrics of time in Sailor Moon. So the time gate allows Chibiusa to go back in time to go see the Sailor Scouts, but there's also a whole like alternate timeline that is created by that. So it's time travel, but it's like the rewriting of what happened on any occasion. So there's a number of times where an alternate timeline can be made. And so after the introduction of Chibiusa, the past no longer is changeable. So as the death of either parent could not rewrite the second half of Sailor Moon R. And it's really weird when you get into looking at it, because not only are there there's anime and manga, and they all kind of attempt it in different ways.
Well, what do you think? Does this fit anything you know about Sailor Moon in that universe?
No. All I can think of is no one really knows what it's like to travel from the Crystal Kingdom to like the Negaverse. We're not in the Negaverse, are we? Wait a minute.
I have no idea. I've never been there, so I guess I wouldn't really know. But I don't think that's really going to help us here.
I know. Probably got to move on.
You've heard me express my love about Stargate. Stargate does address time travel, but it always happens by accident. No technology is able to intentionally cause people to time travel, whether it's in the past or into the future. It does happen in Stargate SG-1 and in Stargate Atlantis. I have not seen Stargate Universe, but it always does involve gate travel. So somebody traveling through the Stargate. And how gate travel works is basically a wormhole is opened between two different locations.
Wormholes. Accidental travel. That kind of sounds like this.
A little bit, yeah. But usually when they create wormholes in Stargate, it's almost always involving using the actual Stargate. Either that or some type of alien device or technology, and that's usually how they end up in alternate dimensions and stuff. And we clearly don't have one of those.
But, I mean, the computer, that's neither of our computers.
Good point.
It could have been created by this... Maybe?
I don't know. Maybe. I think we might remember if we used some kind of weird technology. Wouldn't we?
Yeah, probably. All right, so what's next?
That is in the Star Trek universe. Now, some of the first instances of time travel was accidental. For instance, with the USS Enterprise, they actually first experienced time travel accidentally in the original Star Trek episode, The Naked Time, when they did an emergency cold start of their warp drive, and it just slungshot the ship and crew 71 hours into the past. And so they had to deal with coming back from that. However, the first time they did it on purpose was within the next year, and they devised the very famously known slingshot effect in the episode Tomorrow is Yesterday, where basically you kind of aim yourself near a big star, kind of like the sun, and you have to go at this certain speed and like orbit it at just this certain way. And the way you do it is supposed to like whiplash you through time, like if you do it correctly.
Yeah.
Great. If we had a starship, maybe we could get out of this.
Maybe we're on one already.
Send ourselves around the moon. That'd be fun.
That sounds like Whiplash.
This starship, though, there's no doors and there's no windows.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some kind of transporter that gets you in and out of here.
That's a good point. Is there any way to access any other part of the computer?
Let me see. The keyboard doesn't seem to be working either. No, I'm still stuck in the podcast episode here.
It doesn't make any sense. Why would our episode be on this computer and only our episode?
Maybe whoever it is a fan?
Oh, come on. No.
Hey, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Maybe, who knows? It's just a theory.
Well, I just hope we can come up with one to actually get us out of here.
Maybe we can. Let's see what else we talked about in the episode.
Which I think is really interesting because there is that one part of Infinity War where we all had a little bit of an issue with when he sits down and he's looking at all these different concepts.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I was not happy that he did that.
Right?
I was not happy that he did that at all. I can skip ahead a little bit.
To look into how Marvel tackles time, because it's basically time travel is the process of leaving the current time stream at a given point, and you go to different aspects of time. There is a timeless realm of limbo where I don't know if you guys remember or not, but in the Doctor Strange movie, there's a part where he makes it so that time is in a loop, and that is the limbo where it replays a certain period of time over and over and over again. That's unchanging and unchangeable. So there's that, which is limbo.
This sounds like maybe we're getting a little warmer here. Time loops and limbo. I mean, it just seems like we're kind of stuck here. You know, limbo's kind of
maybe,
stuck.
But then that means someone from the outside is manipulating this.
Well, that does sound a lot more reasonable than it being something that we did. But then who's manipulating this? and why?
And how are we going to get out?
I don't know. The only thing we have in here is this computer and our episode. So the only thing I know to do is just keep listening, I guess. But Back to the Future was fantastic, and it involves all kinds of awesome nerdy references that everybody loves today, like the DeLorean and a flux capacitor and 88 miles an hour during a thunderstorm and everything like that. So time travel in Back to the Future is this, crackpot scientist weirdo guy called Doc, who is just a great man in general. I just loved his character. But anyways, he took a DeLorean and turned it into a time machine and used a thing called a flux capacitor that he invented himself. And so they travel in time in a car to a specific date. You can set whatever date you want to travel to, but you have to drive the car up to 88 miles an hour during a thunderstorm, or the lightning has to give your car enough energy or something weird like that. And
or you have to have a nuclear power source, or
yes,
once he went to the future, he actually outfitted it with this really fancy schmancy.
As much as I love Back to the Future, I think this one's a total bust. The DeLorean strictly handled time. It had nothing to do with changing location. In fact, it would very strictly keep you in the same spot as you traveled through time. So when Marty traveled back to the 50s, the parking lot of the shopping mall he was in turned into a farmer's field, and he crashed in their barn.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess the only takeaway I could think of that we could use is that whatever happened, it used a lot of power. Though I'm not sure how that's useful.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but it only creates more question. And my head's starting to hurt from all this, so I probably just need to move on for now.
However, as DC grew, they kind of came to the conclusion that, okay, we would like to have all of these superheroes basically in the same one universe, but the way that they had constructed all of their different timelines, it wouldn't work the way it was, because everything would just contradict each other. The way that, say Batman interacted with Wonder Woman, it would contradict, them coming together, in other words. So they couldn't just slam them together. So they had to come up with some way to do it. And I know everybody is probably familiar with Superman's, time travel, just flying around the world really fast and getting back there. But my favorite way of time travel with the DC universe is with the Flash. He uses the Speed Force, and he uses something called the Cosmic Treadmill. This was something, it was mentioned in Flash number 125, I think it was.
All right. As interesting as all that is, I don't think this helps us a whole lot.
The whole space treadmill thing, anyway, I mean, we have no way of accessing the Speed Force, and it's not like I have Barry Allen on speed dial, or even my phone, so...
But you said speed dial and the Flash on speed dial.
I'm trying to be serious.
Well, we only have one fandom left to go, so might as well see this through till the end of the episode.
Okay. Be complete without talking about a Time Lord.
Right?
And what's interesting is, there's plenty of classic Doctor Who that we haven't seen. So, you try and find a list of all the different ways that they have done time travel in Doctor Who. The list is expansive, immense, enveloping. There's so many different ways to travel time in Doctor Who. We don't have enough time to talk about all of them. Wait a minute.
To be honest, out of all of these, this seems like a more likely possibility.
Except for Cheap Tricks. So you couldn't stop things like JFK's assassination, things like that, that really changed the entirety of history. And then there's outside interference. So Doctor Who actually goes in and he is able to change things where outside interference can be stopped, as opposed to internal interference. So with the humans, with Earthlings, he wasn't able to change big events that did not have to do with the outside interference. So that's what really gets me about it, is because these are very big events that happen. The Daleks taking over, the Cybermen, just those two things, those being prevented, are big holy moly moments, but they are outside interference as opposed to our own demise. So it's cool because Doctor Who saves us from others, but not ourselves.
Outside interference and everything like that.
Okay, yeah, but who is doing this and why? And again, how are we going to get back? And where's Elisabeth?
I don't know. Wait, what's that? I see something coming in on the computer. Hold on. It looks like it's a message.
Who's it from?
I don't know. Let me see if we can play it, and then we will hopefully find out.
Hello? Is this thing on yet? Oh, wait, I think it is now. Listen, Emily, Lindsay, I'm not sure where you are right now or what's going on with you, but this should reach you. This is insanely complicated, but I'll try to keep it brief. Basically, everything is true. All of our fandoms, all of the stories we know and love, they're all real and they all exist in a multiverse. And something has happened to splinter them, and since we so recently heavily discussed time travel, I guess it grabbed us from our world and I got separated from you when that happened. But don't worry about me, I'm fine. I found someone to help and they're coming for you. You probably won't recognize them the way that they are now, but just stay where you are. Do you hear me? Stay where you are. The doctor is coming.
Wait, the doctor? From Doctor Who?
Well, I don't know anyone else who goes by the doctor.
Oh, wait, look over there. That door wasn't there before, was it?
No, it wasn't. And it's blue.
And it says police box.
Holy
cow.
Oh, hello there. I suppose you're about ready to leave now, yes?
You're the doctor?
Yes. You look
different
than we remember. Ah, yes, the regeneration. Well, what do you think? I got to be female again and a ginger. Just what I always wanted. What was I last time you saw me?
Well, it hadn't premiered yet, but you were a blonde woman.
Ah, that was a while ago. Quite a few generations, I think. But no matter. Come along, I'll get you sorted. Elisabeth is already back, but I'm just gathering the rest of the strays, 2 of which are yourselves. I'll have you back before you even know what happened.
But, Doctor, what?
Whoa!
What was that? Are we back home?
It looks like it.
Huh. Well, that was interesting.
To say the least. I can't believe we met the doctor.
That was pretty awesome, but I still don't understand what happened.
Neither do I. And we probably never will.
Wait. Emily, are we still logged on to Squadcast?
Yeah, it looks like we are. Well, Elisabeth isn't logged on, but we are still. And somehow it looks like we've been recording this whole time.
Oh, no. That doesn't make any sense. We're going to have to re-record this. None of this makes any sense.
Well, it would be a shame to waste a recording. How about we just kind of roll with it? Maybe we got some good stuff on here. I don't know.
Really? All right. Sure. Why not?
All right. Well, thanks for getting nerdy with us today. Talk nerdy to us. Our anniversary episode is coming up, and we want to answer your questions for our Q&A. Find Beauties and Headcanons on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr to share the questions you want us to answer, as well as your nerdy topic suggestions. Subscribe to this podcast and others from Public House Media on iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and wherever good podcasts are found. We love feedback, so if you liked this episode, or even if you didn't, please give a rating and a review so that we can keep making great episodes for you. I'm Emily.
And I'm Lindsay, and thanks for getting nerdy with us on Beauties and Headcanons.